The rain fell hard on the Seoul Reclamation Zone. It was a place where old machines came to die. Broken cars, crashed planes, and rusted ships covered the ground like metal bones. The smell of oil and rust filled the air. Most people avoided this place. But for Park Do-yeon, it was home. Do-yeon was 32 years old. He had lived in the junkyard for 6 years. Before that, he was an engineering student with big dreams. But his father got sick. The medical bills took everything. Then his mother died from stress. One by one, everything fell apart. He dropped out of school, lost his apartment, lost his friends. The world forgot about him, so he came to the place where forgotten things go. He built a small shelter from old ship parts. It was not beautiful, but it kept him dry. He survived by finding valuable scrap and selling it to dealers who asked no questions. He knew every corner of this junkyard, every pile of metal, every hidden path. The other homeless people called him the Junkyard King. It was a joke, but Do-yeon did not laugh. That night, the rain stopped around midnight. Do-yeon was trying to sleep when he heard it. A sound like thunder, but wrong. Too long, too deep. The ground shook. Orange light filled the sky to the east. He grabbed his flashlight and ran toward the sound. Something had crashed in the far section of the junkyard. The section no one visited because it was too dangerous. Old chemical tanks. Unstable ground. But Do-yeon knew the safe paths. It took him 30 minutes to reach the crash site. What he found made him stop breathing. It was a ship, but not like any ship he had ever seen. It was smooth and dark like black glass. No wings, no engines he could recognize. It was about 50 meters long, shaped like a stretched teardrop. Parts of it were torn open. Smoke rose from the wounds, but it was not burning. The metal seemed to heal itself slowly, like skin closing over a cut. Do-yeon touched the surface. It was warm, alive. He found an opening where the hull had cracked. The gap was just wide enough for him to squeeze through. He knew he should be afraid. He knew he should call someone. But who would believe him? And what did he have to lose? Inside the ship was dark. His flashlight showed walls covered in strange symbols. The air smelled clean like after a storm. He walked slowly, carefully. His heart beat so loud he could hear it. Then the lights came on. Do-yeon fell back against the wall. Blue lights ran along the ceiling like rivers. A voice spoke. It was soft, female, but broken. Like a radio with bad signal. Warning. Hull damage critical. Life support at 40%. Crew status. No crew detected. Correction. One life form detected. Species ... unknown. Scanning. A beam of blue light passed over Do-yeon's body. He did not move. Scan complete. Carbon-based bipedal life form. No match in database. Query. Identify yourself. Do-yeon swallowed hard. My name is Park Do-yeon. I am ... human from Earth. Silence. Then the voice spoke again, slower this time. Earth, no record found. Checking alternative databases. No record found. This world is not registered with the Helix Confederacy. This world is not registered with any known faction. Conclusion. Pre-contact species. Undiscovered world. Do-yeon did not understand half of those words. But he understood the important part. Whoever made this ship did not know about Earth. His planet was unknown to them. Who are you? He asked. I am VLA-7 Courier Class Vessel. Registry, Helix Confederacy. Primary function, transport of sensitive information and diplomatic personnel. Current status, damaged. Current crew, none. Previous crew, deceased. Deceased? What happened? The lights flickered. When VLA-7 spoke again, her voice was quieter. We were ambushed. Vorn Dominion interceptors? They wanted what I carry. Confederacy intelligence. My crew fought. They died. I made an emergency jump. Random coordinates. I did not choose this world. I simply ... landed? Do-Yun sat down on the floor. His legs felt weak. Aliens, spaceships, galactic governments. It was too much. But at the same time, something inside him woke up. Something that had been sleeping for 6 years? Can you fly? He asked. Not currently. Damage is severe. Repairs are needed. But I lack resources. I lack crew. I lack. She paused. I lack hope. Do-Yun laughed. It was a bitter sound. Yeah, I know that feeling. He looked around the damaged ship. His engineering training was old and incomplete, but he remembered things. He could see how some systems connected. He could guess what some parts did. I can help, he said. I do not know if I can fix you, but I can try. Why would you help? You do not know me. I am not from your world. I cannot pay you. Do-Yun stood up. He walked to a damaged panel and studied it. Wires and circuits, some familiar, some completely alien. But damage was damage. Broken was broken. That he understood. Because no one helped me when I needed it, he said. And I remember how that felt. I will not do that to someone else. Even if that someone is a spaceship. VLA-7 was silent for a long moment. Then softly, You are strange, Park Do-Yun. I have been called worse. He worked through the night. VLA-7 guided him, explaining which systems were most critical. Life support, scanners, basic functions. The weapons and shields could wait. First, she needed to survive. By morning, Do-Yun was exhausted. But VLA-7 was stable. Her voice was clearer. Her lights were brighter. Thank you, she said. I did not expect kindness here. Do-Yun wiped oil from his hands. Do not thank me yet. We have a long way to go. He was about to leave when VLA-7 spoke again. Her voice was different now, worried. Park Do-Yun? There is something you should know. What? My distress beacon is destroyed. No one from the Confederacy knows I am here, but my long-range scanners still work. And I am detecting something. Do-Yun's blood went cold. What are you detecting? A ship, Vorn's signature. It is far away now, at the edge of this solar system. But it is moving toward this planet. How long? At current speed. 14 days. Maybe less. Do-Yun looked at the damaged ship around him. 14 days to fix an alien vessel with junkyard scrap. 14 days before enemies arrived. Enemies who had already killed an entire crew. He should run. He should hide. He should pretend he never found this place. Instead, he took a deep breath. Then we better get to work. Outside, the sun rose over the junkyard. A new day. A new world. And somewhere in the cold darkness of space, something hungry was coming. 3 weeks passed. Do-Yun barely slept. Every day, he woke before sunrise and walked to VLA-7 every night. He returned to his shelter covered in grease and alien fluids he could not name. His hands were burned and cut. His back ached. But slowly, the ship was healing. VLA-7 taught him things no human had ever learned. How her engines bent space itself. How her hull was made of metal that remembered its original shape. How her scanners could see through planets. Most of it was too advanced for him to truly understand. But he learned enough to help. The Vorn ship was getting closer every day. Do-Yun knew he could not do this alone. He needed help. But who could he trust? The government would take VLA-7 away. Scientists would cut her apart. Military would use her as a weapon. No, he needed people like him. People with nothing to lose. People the world had forgotten. He found Yun Somi near the east wall of the junkyard. She was 28 years old, with short hair and tired eyes. 2 years ago, she was a nurse at a big hospital. Then a doctor made a mistake that killed a patient. Somi reported it. The hospital protected the doctor and destroyed Somi instead. They said she stole medicine. They took her license. No one would hire her. She ended up here, surviving on scraps like everyone else. Do-Yun watched her for 3 days before approaching. She was kind to the other homeless people. She shared her food. She bandaged their wounds with supplies she made from garbage. She was good. I need your help, he said one morning. Somi looked at him with suspicion. With what? I cannot tell you here. But if you come with me, I will show you something that will change everything. She should have said no. Any smart person would say no. But Somi had stopped being smart a long time ago. Smart had not protected her. Smart had not saved her career. Maybe crazy was worth trying. She followed him. When Somi saw VLA-7, she fainted. When she woke up, she cried. Then she laughed. Then she started asking questions faster than Do-yeon could answer. The medical bay, she said, eyes wide. Show me the medical bay. VLA-7 guided them to a room filled with machines Somi did not recognize. But she understood medicine. She understood healing. And what she saw made her knees weak. This technology, she whispered. This could cure cancers. This could regrow limbs. This could save millions of lives. Yes, VLA-7 said. Basic medical technology in the Confederacy. Your species has not developed this yet. Somi touched one of the machines. Her mind raced. She could expose everything. Go to the media. Become famous. Save the world, but she remembered what happened last time she tried to do the right thing. The world did not reward truth. It punished it. I will help you, she told Do-yeon. But we need more people. They found Baek Juno in the west section of the junkyard. He was 45 years old, big and strong, with gray in his beard. He had been a mechanic in the military for 20 years. Good at his job, respected. Then he discovered his commanders were selling weapons to criminals. He reported it. They made him disappear. Dishonorable discharge. Criminal record. No job, no family. No future. Juno did not faint when he saw VLA-7. He walked around her slowly, touching the hull, looking at the damage. Whoever shot you up knew what they were doing, he said. Military precision. But sloppy follow-up. They should have made sure you were dead. The Vorn are confident, VLA-7 replied. They do not expect their prey to survive. Confidence makes people stupid. Juno cracked his knuckles. I have seen a lot of machines. Never seen anything like you? But damage is damage. Tell me what needs fixing. With Juno's help, repairs went faster. He understood military systems. He knew how to improvise. He turned junkyard scrap into patches for VLA-7's hull. He built power cables from old car batteries. He was not gentle, but he was effective. Somi worked on the medical bay. She studied VLA-7's databases, learning everything she could about alien biology and medicine. If there was going to be a fight, they would need someone who could treat wounds. VLA-7 watched her new crew with something like wonder. I do not understand you, she told Do-yeon one night. What do you mean? In the Confederacy, no one works without payment. Every action has a price. Every favor creates debt. But you help me for nothing. All of you, why? Do-yeon was quiet for a moment. He looked at Somi, who was reading medical files. At Juno, who was welding a plate onto the hull. Because we know what it feels like to be thrown away, he said. We know what it feels like when no one cares if you live or die. You crashed on our planet broken and alone. We could not just leave you. This is rare, VLA-7 said softly. In 4,000 years of records, I have never seen a species behave this way towards strangers. Most species only help their own kind. Many do not even do that. Maybe that is why they are out there, Do-yeon said. And we are still here. In a junkyard, forgotten. VLA-7's lights flickered. If she had a face, she might have smiled. Perhaps being forgotten is not always bad. Perhaps it gives you time to become something unexpected. Days passed. VLA-7 grew stronger. Her hull was patched with human steel. Her power systems ran on human generators. She was no longer purely alien. She was something new. Something hybrid, but time was running out. VLA-7's scanners tracked the Vorn ship as it crossed the solar system. It passed Mars, it passed the moon, it was scanning everything, searching. They are looking for me, VELA-7 said. For what I carry. Confederacy intelligence. Trade routes. Military positions. Diplomatic secrets. If the Vorn get this information, they will use it to destroy the Confederacy. Billions will die. Can we delete it? Somi asked. No, the data is encoded in my core. To delete it would kill me. Silence filled the ship. Then we do not delete it, Doyon said. We fight. Juno laughed. It was not a happy sound. Fight? With what? You have a half-broken spaceship and 3 homeless people. They have a military vessel and professional soldiers. We have something they do not have, Doyon replied. What? Doyon looked around at the junkyard visible through VLA-7's damaged hull. Mountains of scrap. Decades of garbage. A maze of metal and ruin that he knew better than anyone. Home field advantage. That night they made a plan. It was desperate. It was crazy. It would probably get them killed, but for the first time in years, Do-Yun felt alive. The Vorn were coming. Let them come. The Vorn ship entered Earth orbit on a Tuesday morning. VLA-7 detected it immediately. Her alarm systems filled the ship with red light. They are here, she said. Vorn scout vessel. Smaller than expected. 3 crew maximum. But fully armed. Fully operational. Do-Yun gathered his small team. 3 weeks ago, it was just him. Now there were 2 more. But they still needed help. More hands. More minds. More fighters. We need to tell the others, he said. Others? Somi asked. The junkyard people? The ones who live here like us. If we fight alone, we die. If we fight together, maybe we have a chance. Juno shook his head. They will think we are insane. Aliens? Spaceships? They will laugh at us. Then we show them. That afternoon, Do-Yun brought 12 people to VLA-7, homeless men and women who had survived in the junkyard for years. They were dirty, hungry, and broken by life. But when they saw the alien ship, something changed in their eyes. Fear, yes, but also hope. Also wonder. This is real, said an old man named Han Taiyang. He was 58 years old, with white hair and wrinkled hands. Before everything fell apart, he built ships. Real ships. Ocean vessels. He touched VLA-7's hull with the gentle fingers of someone who understood craftsmanship. This is really real. It is real, Do-Yun said. And something bad is coming. We can run and hide. Or we can stand and fight. I'm not asking you to die for me. I'm asking you to help save the only home we have left. Most of them left. 8 walked away into the junkyard, wanting no part of this madness. Do-Yun did not blame them. He understood. But 4 stayed. Han Taiyang stayed because he was old and had nothing left to fear. He said he wanted to build one more thing before he died. Something that mattered. A young woman named Kang Yunji stayed. She was 22, small and thin, with quick eyes that never stopped moving. She had been a hacker once. A good one. Then the police came. She ran. Now she lived in the shadows, trusting no one. But VLA-7's computer systems fascinated her. Alien code. Alien programs. She wanted to understand. 2 others stayed. A married couple in their 40s who had lost everything in a factory fire. They did not talk much, but they worked hard. 7 people total. Against a Vorn military vessel. It is not enough, Juno said quietly. It will have to be, Do-Yun replied. They worked without sleep. Tiang studied VLA-7's structure and found ways to reinforce it with scrap steel. He welded armor plates from old tanks onto her hull. It was ugly. It was heavy. But it would stop bullets. Yunji connected her laptop to VLA-7's computer core. The AI was suspicious at first, but Yunji was patient. She did not try to control. She tried to understand. Slowly, VLA-7 began to trust her. Your coat is beautiful, Yunji said one night. Like music. I have never seen anything like it. Thank you, VLA-7 replied. Your mind is fast. Faster than expected. Your species continues to surprise me. Yunji smiled. It was the first time she had smiled in months. Juno trained the others in combat. They had no real weapons, just pipes and knives and makeshift clubs. Against Vorn soldiers, it would be like fighting tanks with sticks. But Juno taught them anyway. How to move, how to hide, how to strike fast and run. Do not be heroes, he said. Heroes die. Be smart, be quick. Be alive, Somi prepared the medical bay for casualties. She studied Vorn anatomy from VLA-7's database. Their bodies were different from humans. Hard shells, multiple hearts, blue blood, but they could be hurt. They could bleed. Doyan spent his time in the engine room. VLA-7's main engines were still damaged. She could fly, but not far. Not fast, not well. He needed to give her more power. He found old generators in the junkyard. Industrial machines meant for factories. He connected them to VLA-7's power grid. It was dangerous. The energy levels were unstable, but it worked. You are pushing my systems beyond design limits, VLA-7 warned. I know. This could destroy me. I know. Doyan wiped sweat from his face. But if we do not fight, you die anyway. We all die. Earth dies. At least this way we have a chance. VLA-7 processed this. You are willing to risk everything. I have nothing left to lose. That is not true anymore, parked Doyan. You have us. Your crew? Doyan stopped working. He looked around the engine room. Through the walls, he could hear Taiyang hammering, Yunji typing, Juno shouting orders. Somi organizing supplies, family, he had a family again? Then I am fighting for something after all, he said quietly. The night before the battle, no one could sleep. They gathered in VLA-7's main chamber. 7 humans and 1 AI. The universe had never seen anything like them. Yunji had been working on VLA-7's encrypted files. She broke through the final layer that night. I found something, she said. VLA-7, do you know what you are carrying? Confederacy intelligence. Trade routes. Military positions. No, I mean yes, but there is more. Hidden files. Even you did not know about them. Yunji's voice shook. You are carrying the location of the Confederacy's Central Command. Their homeworld. Everything. If the Vorn get this, they win the war. Not just a battle. The whole war. Silence. Why would my creators hide this from me? VLA-7 asked. Because they did not trust anyone. Not even you. They made you a courier, but you were really a secret keeper. A last resort. VLA-7's lights dimmed. Then I am more valuable than I knew. And more dangerous. Which means, Doyan said slowly, the Vorn will not stop. They will tear this planet apart to find you. Yes, outside through the broken hull they could see the night sky. Somewhere up there, a Vorn ship was waiting, watching, planning. Juno stood up. Then we make sure they fail. Tomorrow we fight. Tonight we rest. No one really rested. But they tried. They sat together in the darkness, these broken people and their broken ship. They talked about their lives, their mistakes, their dreams. Tiang talked about the ships he used to build, how he loved seeing them sail away. Somi talked about the patients she had saved, the ones she still remembered. Yunji talked about the code she had written, programs that were like children to her. Juno talked about his soldiers, the ones who trusted him, the ones he had failed, and Doyan talked about his parents, how they sacrificed everything for him, how he wished he could have saved them. VLA-7 listened to all of it. She did not have memories like theirs, but she understood loss. She understood loneliness. You are not broken, she said when they finished. You are wounded. There is a difference. Broken things cannot be fixed. Wounded things heal. And sometimes they become stronger than before. Dawn came too soon. The sky turned gray, then pink, then blue. And then VLA-7 scanner screamed. The Vorn ship is descending. They are coming here. They have found us. Do-Yun stood up. His body ached. His hands shook. But his voice was steady. Everyone to positions. This is it. Outside, the first rays of sunlight hit the junkyard. Somewhere in the distance, something was falling from the sky. The battle for Earth was about to begin. Asterisk. The Vorn ship landed at dawn. It was smaller than VLA-7, but it moved like a predator. Sharp angles. Dark metal. Weapons that glowed with ugly red light. It touched down 300 meters from VLA-7's hiding spot, crushing a mountain of scrap beneath its weight. Do-Yun watched from behind a pile of rusted cars. His heart beat so fast he thought it might explode. The ship's door opened. 3 figures stepped out. The Vorn were tall, over 2 meters. Their bodies were covered in hard black shells like insects. 4 arms, 2 legs, heads that looked like helmets with glowing yellow eyes. They moved with cold efficiency, scanning the junkyard with devices that beeped and clicked. Searching for energy signatures, VLA-7 whispered through the small radio Yunji had built. They know I am here. They are narrowing the location. How long? Do-Yun asked. 20 minutes. Maybe less. 20 minutes to fight 3 alien soldiers with advanced weapons and armor. 20 minutes with pipes and courage and nothing else. Juno's voice came through the radio. Team 2 in position. Ready to move. Team 3 ready, Somi said. She was hiding in VLA-7 with Yunji, preparing for casualties. Taeyang was with Do-Yun. The old man held a metal pipe like it was a sword. His hands did not shake. I built ships for 40 years, he said quietly. Never thought I would die fighting aliens. Strange world. We are not dying today, Do-Yun said. Taeyang smiled. Young people. Always so optimistic. The Vorn split up. 1 stayed by their ship. 2 moved into the junkyard, searching. This was the chance. Do-Yun gave the signal. 3 short clicks on the radio. From the west side of the junkyard, Juno and the married couple attacked. Not the Vorn directly. That would be suicide. Instead, they attacked the environment. They had spent all night preparing traps. Ropes connected to piles of scrap. Fuel tanks hidden under garbage. Paths that looked safe but led nowhere. Juno pulled a rope. A tower of old cars collapsed, crashing down just behind one of the Vorn soldiers. The alien spun around, weapon raised, and fired. Red energy turned metal into steam. But the Vorn was distracted, confused. These primitives were attacking. How dare they? Do-Yun ran. Taeyang followed. They circled around toward VLA-7, staying low, using the scrap mountains as cover. The other Vorn soldier heard the noise and moved to investigate. It walked right past Do-Yun's hiding spot. He held his breath. The alien was so close he could smell it. A chemical smell, like burning plastic. The Vorn passed. Do-Yun exhaled. Then everything went wrong. The married couple made a mistake. They moved too soon. The Vorn soldier saw them. It raised its weapon. No! Juno screamed. The red beam cut through the morning air. The husband pushed his wife aside. The beam hit him in the chest. He fell without a sound. His wife screamed. A terrible sound. A sound Do-Yun would never forget. Juno grabbed her and ran. The Vorn followed, but it was not fast in the tight spaces between scrap piles. Juno knew this terrain. The Vorn did not. Do-Yun reached VLA-7. Yunji was already at the controls, her fingers flying across alien keyboards. Can you fly? He asked. I can try, VLA-7 answered. But my weapons are still offline. I cannot fight their ship in the air. We do not need you to fight in the air. We need you to fight on the ground. Explain. Do-Yan pointed at the Vorn ship through the viewport. The third soldier was still guarding it, waiting. Ram it. Hit their ship before they can take off. Ground them. Then we fight on our terms. VLA-7 calculated. This will cause severe damage to my hull. Possibly fatal damage. Can you survive? Unknown. Probability of survival is 34%. Do-Yan closed his eyes. 34%. 1 in 3. Your choice, he said. I will not order you to die. VLA-7 was quiet for a moment. Then her engines began to glow. I was dying when you found me, she said. Alone, forgotten, you gave me crew. You gave me purpose. If I die today, I die for something. That is more than most beings ever have. The ship rose from the junkyard. Metal screamed as VLA-7 tore free from the ground. She flew low, fast, ugly. Human steel and alien technology held together by hope and desperation. The Vorn guard saw her too late. It fired, but VLA-7 was already moving. She hit the Vorn ship at full speed. The impact was massive. Both ships crashed together, metal twisting, fire exploding, debris flying everywhere. The Vorn guard was thrown back. Its weapon flew from its hands. Taeyang did not hesitate. The old man ran at the fallen alien and hit it in the head with his pipe, once, twice, 3 times. The Vorn's shell cracked. Blue blood sprayed. The alien fell. It did not get up. Taeyang stared at his bloody pipe. His hands were shaking now. I built ships, he whispered. I never killed anything. You saved us, Do-Yan said. Remember that. In the junkyard, the battle continued. The 2 remaining Vorn were hunting Juno and the Widow. They were angry now. Their ship was destroyed. Their soldier was dead. These primitive creatures had hurt them. Juno led them deeper into the maze. He knew every trap, every hidden hole, every dead end. One Vorn stepped on a fuel tank they had buried under garbage. Juno lit a match and threw it. The explosion was beautiful and terrible. Fire rose like a flower. The Vorn soldier screamed, its shell burning. But it did not die. The Vorn were tough. It stumbled out of the flames, wounded but alive, and raised its weapon. Then Somi shot it. She had found a gun in VLA-7's wreckage. An alien pistol. She did not know how to use it properly. Her first shot missed. Her second hit the burning Vorn in the head. It collapsed. 1 Vorn left. The last soldier was smarter than the others. It stopped chasing. It retreated to open ground where it could see all directions. It called for backup on its communicator. Reinforcements, VLA-7 reported. Her voice was weak. The crash had hurt her badly. Vorn Dominion destroyer entering the solar system. Responding to distress call. How long? 6 hours. 6 hours. Then a warship would arrive. A real warship with real soldiers. Do-Yan looked at the last Vorn. It was wounded, scared, alone, just like him 6 years ago. Unji, he said into the radio. Can you do something with their communications? Send a message? Maybe what kind of message? The Confederacy codes VLA-7 was carrying. Can you broadcast them? Let everyone know we are here? Yunji laughed. It was a crazy laugh. Are you insane? That will tell the whole galaxy about Earth, every faction, every empire, everyone. I know. Silence. Do-Yan, VLA-7 said. If you do this, Earth will never be the same. Your people will face a galaxy they are not ready for. We were never going to be ready. At least this way, we choose how we enter. Not as victims. As fighters. Yunji worked fast. VLA-7 helped, using the last of her power to boost the signal. The Confederacy codes went out into space. A beacon, a declaration. Earth was here. Earth had fought. Earth had won. The last Vorn soldier watched them from across the burning junkyard. It did not attack. It knew it was beaten. Somi approached it slowly, her alien gun raised. Wait, Do-Yan said. Why? It tried to kill us. Do-Yun walked toward the Vorn. The alien raised its forearms, ready to fight. We are not going to kill you, Do-Yun said. The Vorn's translator crackled. You lie. You are primitives. You do not spare enemies. Then you do not know us. Do-Yun lowered his weapon. You are our prisoner. We will treat you fairly. When your people come, you will tell them what happened here. The Vorn stared at him. Its yellow eyes showed something Do-Yun had never seen in an alien face: confusion, wonder, fear, and maybe, just maybe, respect. Behind them, HFY 7's wreckage sparked and smoked. She was dying. Her hull was torn open. Her systems were failing. But her voice still came through Yunji's radio. Park Do-Yun, yes? I am proud of you. I am proud of my crew. Her voice was fading. Remember me. We are not letting you die, Do-Yun said. He ran to the wreckage. Uji was already there, crying, working, trying to save the AI. Her core, Yunji said. We can transfer it. I found a backup system in the medical bay. If we move fast. They worked together. Do-Yun and Yunji and Somi, their hands bloody and burned. The sun rose higher. Smoke filled the air. And somewhere in HFY 7's damaged core, a light kept flickering, refusing to die, just like them. The galaxy blinks 2 weeks after the battle. The sky above Earth was crowded. 3 ships hung in orbit. The first was a Vorn destroyer, black and angry, bristling with weapons. The second was a Confederacy diplomatic vessel, white and elegant, covered in golden symbols. The third was something no one recognized. A watcher. An observer. Its purpose unknown. The world had changed. Governments screamed at each other. Scientists argued about what was real. Religious leaders preached about the end of days. Regular people looked up at the sky and felt very small, but in the Sol reclamation zone, 7 humans and 1 AI weighted HFY 7 had survived? Barely. Yunji had transferred her core into a backup system from the medical bay. She was not a ship anymore. She was a mind living in a small metal box the size of a briefcase. But she was alive. How do you feel? Do-Yun asked her. Strange, smaller, but still me. Her voice came through a speaker Yunji had attached. I miss flying. We will get you a new body. Promise? Promise. The Confederacy made first contact through radio signals. They wanted to talk. The Vorn wanted revenge. Both sides wanted to meet the humans who destroyed our ship. 3 days later, helicopters landed in the junkyard. Men in suits, soldiers with guns, government officials from a dozen countries. They surrounded Do-Yun and his crew like they were criminals. You will come with us, a general said. You are now property of the state. Do-Yun laughed. Property? We saved your planet. We are not property. You do not have a choice. Then HFY 7 spoke. Her small box hummed and her voice filled the air. Actually, they do have a choice. I have transmitted full records of this battle to both the Confederacy and the Vorn Dominion. If any harm comes to my crew, the galaxy will know. And the galaxy is watching. The general turned pale. They were taken to a conference room in a building far from the junkyard. Clean floors, bright lights. Important people in expensive clothes. Do-Yun had never felt more out of place. Then the aliens arrived. The Confederacy ambassador was called Kirill. He was old, even by alien standards. His body was covered in feathers that had turned gray with age. His eyes were large and golden, like an owl. He walked slowly, supported by a cane made of light. You are the humans, he said. His voice was gentle, curious. The ones who did the impossible. We just survived, Do-Yun replied. No, you did more than survive. You defeated a Vorn military unit. No pre-contact species has ever done this. In 4,000 years of recorded history, it has never happened. Kirill tilted his head. And then you showed mercy. You spared the survivor. This is ... unusual. The Vorn commander was there too, tall, angry, his yellow eyes burned with hatred. These primitives are terrorists, he said. They destroyed our ship. They killed our soldiers. They must be punished. Give them to us. We defended ourselves, Somi said. Her voice was stronger than Do-yeon expected. Your soldiers came to our home. They threatened our planet. They would have killed billions. We stopped them. You are insects. You have no right to— Enough. Kirill raised one feathered hand. Commander, your soldiers attacked a Confederacy vessel first. They killed her crew. This world was not yours to claim. By our laws, these humans acted in legitimate defense, the Vorn commander snarled but said nothing. Kirill turned to the human leaders gathered in the room. Presidents, generals, scientists, all of them looking lost and frightened. The Confederacy wishes to establish formal contact with your species, he said. We offer protection, trade, knowledge. In return, we ask only for peaceful cooperation. And what about them? A president asked, pointing at the Vorn. The Vorn Dominion will do nothing. For now? Kirill looked at the Vorn commander. Is that correct? The commander's yellow eyes flickered to Do-yeon. To Somi, to the small box containing VLA-7. For now, he repeated. But this is not over. Then something unexpected happened. The door opened. A Vorn soldier walked in. But not just any soldier. It was the one they had captured. The one they had spared. His name, they had learned, was Vrex. He had been treated well. Somi had bandaged his wounds. They had fed him. They had spoken to him like a person, not a prisoner. Vrex walked to the center of the room. He looked at his commander. Then he looked at the humans. I must speak, he said. His commander hissed. You have no authority here. I have experience. I was there. I saw what happened. Vrex turned to Ambassador Kirill. These humans are not what we expected. They did not fight like animals. They fought with strategy, with intelligence. And when I was defeated, they did not kill me. They showed mercy. He paused. His shell clicked softly as he breathed. In 300 years of service, no species has ever shown me mercy. Not even my own kind. I do not understand why they did it. But I believe these humans are different. Silence filled the room. The Vorn commander looked like he wanted to explode. But Vrex had spoken in front of witnesses. His words were recorded. They could not be erased. Ambassador Kirill smiled. At least Do-yeon thought it was a smile. The Confederacy formally offers Earth provisional membership, he announced. Protected status? You will have time to grow. Time to learn. And perhaps in time you will teach us something too. The human leaders argued for hours after that. They wanted to control everything. They wanted to take VLA-7. They wanted to study her technology. They wanted to lock Do-yeon and his crew in laboratories and ask questions forever. But Ambassador Kirill had other plans. The crew of VELA-7 are recognized by the Confederacy as independent operators, he said. They have earned this right through combat. Their vessel, whatever remains of it, belongs to them. No Earth government may claim otherwise. You cannot do this, a general protested. I just did. Kirill looked at Do-yeon. The galaxy offers many opportunities for a brave crew. Will you accept? Do-yeon looked at his people. Somi, who had saved lives during the battle. Juno, who had led the defense. Yunji, who had sent their message to the stars. Taeyang, who had killed his first enemy at 58. The widow, whose name was Minji, who had lost her husband but refused to give up. And VLA-7, whose small box sat on the table, lights blinking softly. What do you think? He asked them. I think I want to see the stars, Yunji said. I think I want to heal people everywhere, Somi added. I think I am too old for this, Taeyang said. Then he smiled. But I will come anyway. Juno just nodded. Minji was quiet for a long moment. Then she spoke. My husband died fighting for this. I want his death to mean something. VLA-7's lights flickered. I want to fly again. And I want to fly with you. Do-yun turned back to Ambassador Carol. We accept. 1 month later, they stood in the rebuilt junkyard. The governments had wanted to take VLA-7 away, but the Confederacy protected them. They sent engineers, materials, knowledge. Together they built something new. The ship was not pretty. It was a patchwork of alien technology and human scrap. Steel from the junkyard. Circuits from VLA-7's old body. Engines that hummed with power no human had ever used before. They called it the Reclaimed. VLA-7 was no longer just a box. She had a new body now. A humanoid frame, small and silver, with blue lights for eyes. She could walk. She could touch. She could hug. She hugged Do-yun first. "Thank you," she said, "for finding me, for saving me, for making me part of something." "You saved us too," he replied. "We saved each other." The day they launched, the whole world watched. Screens showed the ship rising from the junkyard. A vessel built by the forgotten, crewed by the unwanted, carrying the hopes of a species that had just learned how big the universe really was. Ambassador Kiral watched from his ship in orbit. He had seen many species reach the stars. Most burned out quickly, pride, fear, greed, but these humans had started with nothing. Less than nothing. They had been thrown away by their own world, and yet they had fought. They had survived. They had shown mercy. Perhaps they were different after all. On the Reclaimed, Do-yun sat in the captain's chair. It was made from an old car seat, comfortable in its own way. "Where should we go?" VLA-7 asked. She stood beside him, her silver body reflecting the starlight. "Somewhere no one expects us," Do-yun said. "That could be anywhere, exactly." The engines hummed. The ship rose higher. Earth shrank behind them, becoming a blue marble, then a dot, then nothing. The galaxy spread out before them. Billions of stars. Trillions of worlds. Infinite possibilities. Somi was checking the medical bay. Juno was inspecting the weapons. Ojivu was arguing with the navigation computer. Tang was making tea in the small kitchen they had built. Minji was sitting alone, looking at a photo of her husband, a broken ship. A broken crew? A broken beginning, but broken things could be fixed. Wounded things could heal. And sometimes the forgotten became unforgettable. The galaxy had overlooked Earth. Earth had overlooked them. Everyone had been wrong. Do-yun smiled. "Let us go introduce ourselves." The stars welcomed them home.